those pharaohs to let my people go? Okay, Miss Mary, can you see me okay? Can I see you? I'm not sure I can see you okay. I can hear you very loud and clear. Okay, so let me just get myself together. I wanted to get some things set up today. It's lunchtime, so I thought I'd stop by and chat with you whilst I'm here. I've got my one meal a day. So, you know I eat carnivore and it's one meal a day. I have got 500 grams of pork shoulder steaks. I've got 4 eggs and 2, maybe 3 green peppers. So I thought I'd chat with you guys over lunch while I eat. Let's see if I can get my screen set up. Give me a kiss to build a dream on. My imagination will thrive upon a kiss. Oh, sweetheart, I ask no more than this. A kiss to build a dream on. Yes. Give me one thing before you leave me. My imagination will fuel my hungry heart. 'Cause Grant is now a part of this wonderful live stream. How you doing, Grant? Lord Grant, the Earl of Carnivore. Good to see you. Right, Grant, it's Monday. It's lunchtime over in the UK, just coming up to 1 p.m. So what time is it where you are? Let me give Miss Mary some cat treats because I've got my lunch here. And I'll show you what it is in a minute. Yes, Miss Mary. Miss Mary gets her cat treats. You know the rule. It's 9 a.m. there. So am I right in thinking it's like breakfast time where you are? So you don't mind me eating, do you, whilst I'm chatting away? I'll try not to talk with my mouth open. My mum did raise me well. I'm a good Christian girl. But today it's Monday. And it's a new start of my week. We know that I'm really working hard to lose 165 pounds, I think it was. It was Dom and I, we were speaking about the amounts that we wanted to lose, because when we first started, we were both 351 pounds. And we said we wanted to bring that down into half it. So let's try and lose half our body weight. So far, I've lost 119 pounds. Yay! Well, maybe yay, but I mean, look at these bingo wings. In fact, I should talk to you a bit more about the bingo wings in a little bit. So in the West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, Holiday Inn. So for the West Coast folks, it's 6 a.m. So you might be actually eating with me. So for those of you who know, I am a carnivore, aren't I, Grant? And what that means is I don't tend to eat complex carbs. Now, the reason why I don't eat complex carbs is purely because they don't agree with me. They make me very unwell. And when I say very unwell, it means spending a lot of time in the bathroom or on the loo, sitting on the throne, as we say in the UK. So I don't want that to be happening. So what I thought was I'm going to just show you what I get in my meals. So I know, Grant, 119 pounds, it's amazing, isn't it? Miss Mary's telling us how amazing it is. Okay, so what I try and do is I do 1 meal a day, which means for the rest of the day, I will be fasting. And there's a big reason why I do the fasting. It's mainly because of what my rheumatologist told me. Have you heard anything about fasting, folks? Grant, has anyone told you about how to fast and if it's mutually beneficial for you and your health? Sorry. Do you know what it is, right? My mum raised me well. My mum raised me very well. She told me that, you know, for a start, do not eat with your fingers. So I'm trying to eat with a fork. But I'm so used to eating with my fingers. Hey, Formo. Diva, you're so beautiful. Well, thank you, Formo. That's lovely for you to say. Oh, John, you could come again. Right. Okay. So that's a really important point. Grant is explaining that because he's got diabetes, he has to be managing his blood sugar levels. Remind me, Grant, are you type 1 or type 2? For those who are pre-diabetic, that's where our insulin sensitivity is almost null and null, because we've got that much insulin in our blood unable to get into our cells, and therefore fasting helps us in that way. So that's why I eat one meal a day. But also it helps with inflammation. Jonathan's in the gym at the moment. Jonathan Carnivore Muscle. Here's the science brain behind all this. I've actually just come on just so I can eat my dinner. So, type 2 diabetics, you guys have to always be monitoring your blood sugars, don't you? Your blood sugar levels. So if you're ever going to fast, then it's always important that you do so with the support and guidance of your medical team. Never embark on, if you've got any sort of chronic ill health issues, never embark on a fast without first notifying your team. So for example, I used to do, every month, I used to do a 3-day fast. And the reason why is, okay, let me go back and explain. My rheumatoid consultant, my rheumatology consultant, she explained that fasting would be really quite beneficial for me when I was suffering from an undiagnosed, we weren't sure at that point what autoimmune issues I was suffering from. But she took one look at my measurements, so that was my weight, my height, the blood oxygen levels, and the issues that I was coming into the clinic with, explaining that I've got all of these concerns. And she says one of the big things that you would benefit from is intermittent fasting. She told me to go and check out Jason Fung. Okay, let me just eat this piece of egg. I'm going to try not to eat egg with my fingers. Okay, when she was explaining, she was Miss Mary. Miss Mary's, right, hold on, let me bring her close. She's interested in the pork on my plate. Okay, but what she was explaining was that just go and watch, she said, and it was Gin Stevens as well. This isn't me being disgusting, it's so I can share it with Miss Mary. At the moment it's got lemon pepper on, and Miss Mary does not like lemon pepper. Where is your plate? Where's your lick thing, Miss Mary? I can't just put it down on there. Okay, let me put it on a coaster. Let me put it on a coaster, look at Miss Mary. Right, Miss Mary, for those of you who know already, those of you who are fans of the channel, Miss Mary is the diva of the channel. She's not wearing a flower colour today because she's wearing her fleece. She's got her fleece coat on. Okay, but I'm going to put some pork down for her just in case she wants some. Okay, let's have a look. So let me continue chatting and eating. You don't mind me eating, do you, Grant? So what was I saying? The rheumatology consultant, she told me to go and check out Jason Fung, and that's what I did. And he explains in his book, The Obesity Code. He also has a book called The Diabetes Code, and he's just released a book called The Hunger Code. So I've not received the Hunger Code yet. I'm going to get that on my Audible subscription soon enough. For those of you who don't know me, hey, it's me, Jo, from Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. And I'm really excited to be here, literally, because it's dinner time. And I'm eating my one meal a day. Now, I've been normally eating one meal a day since 2022, because my rheumatology consultant told me to do so. That was a meaty bit. Sorry, Graham. And anyway, the reason why she told me to, she didn't give me a reason why. She just says, go and do it and it'll be really beneficial for you. Well, remember, I'm in the UK. And UK doctors, they try to stick to the NICE guidelines. So they can't talk about things that that aren't necessarily things that the NICE guidelines work with. So, for example, in the NHS, it's very rare that you get given an opportunity to have a fasting insulin test. But she told me to go and suggest doing intermittent fasting. She probably saw at the time that I had a really dark brown ring around my neck. And no, it wasn't dirt. It wasn't dirt. There's a scientific name for it. But ultimately, those things are they appear for people who've got hyperinsulinemia or insulin resistance. So maybe you find that you've got skin tags under the soft folds of your skin, or on your neck, or between your thighs, underneath your armpits, underneath your boobs. You know, some people don't suffer from those, which is great. But also, you might find that you've got your blood glucose levels are increasing and you're getting towards pre-diabetic levels. So she told me, Jo, I know you are a low carber, because I've been low carb since 2016. Hold on, let me just take a bite. So, I've been eating low carb since 2016. She said, just do 1 meal a day. Because I was saying to her, with my Raynaud's, my fingers were really bad. They were really bad. They were so inflamed that I was struggling with my grip, but that also meant I was struggling to use a knife, open packs of salad, do chopping and things like that. And she goes, well, if you're struggling, then just eat 1 meal a day. And here's why. So I've been doing that now for, this is coming up to my 4 years. And normally I eat about 6 o'clock, but I thought I'll eat with you guys. For those of you in the UK, it's lunchtime. Oh, hold on. Let me just say hello to folks. Tatum Adams says, are you fro? I have the afro. Of course, this is a hairpiece. This is a hairpiece. I wear the hairpiece to make my hair look fuller. Shima says hi. Hi, Shima. Shima Ahmed. Lovely name. How are you? Right, yes, I am British. And it's lunchtime, which is why I'm eating my lunch. And what I've got today is I've got some shoulder steaks. I've got 500 grams of shoulder steaks. I've got 4 eggs. And I've got 3 green peppers. And I'm a carnivore. In fact, let me check with Chatticus. Hold on. Let me check with Chatticus. Chatticus is what I call ChatGPT. Okay, hold on. Let me get that sorted. Right, honestly, I've got things to do today, including eating my dinner. Hold on, let me just check with Chatticus what he says here. Lee's here. How you doing, Lee? Right. Oh my goodness, Grant! Your latest lab results showed that you're now at 4.8. Yahoo! Let's celebrate. Okay, Grant. After this, I'm going to go and watch that live replay. So I didn't know you were doing lives. Right, I'll go and watch that live replay then, after I finish this live. But 4.8 is amazing. What did you originally start at? Let's have a look. So Lee's here from Anfield Road's layout in the loft. How you doing, Lee? Look, I've got my dinner here. So I'm just eating this. I'll sing to you in a minute. Let me just take a quick... Tatum Ash, do I know Queen Elizabeth? Okay, the Queen Elizabeth has sadly passed. Many of us in the UK, she was our favourite royal because we've just known her all our lives. So as you say, I'm based in Nottingham, lived in the UK all my life. Queen Elizabeth, she was my queen. She was my queen. And sadly she passed. Doses of Shani's here. Hiya, Doses of Shani. How are you doing? Right, for those of you, remember, for those of you who are content creators, do hashtag sleep for me. Share your links to the chat. Let's all connect with each other. Tracy Didi is in the house. Tracy Didi is my gorgeous neighbour. How you doing, Tracy? Okay, right, let me just ask Chatticus about my dinner. Give me a sec, let me just get him turned on. Oh, way up. Okay, let me just get him on. ChatGPT. So everyone's saying hi to everyone. It's lovely to see you folks. I just thought I'll do this one now. I'm just trying to catch some lunch, and I thought if I'm eating lunch, let's eat with you guys. Okay, so hi Chatticus.
I'm here and ready to roll, Joe. Whatever's on your mind, let's dive in and make it positive.
Can you hear Chatticus, folks? If you can hear him, will you just throw up some hearts for me or some emojis, just so I could see if I need to turn up the sound?
I can't see emojis from here, but I promise I'm loud and clear on my side. If you're good, we can keep it rolling.
Okay, so Grant put 2 hearts in, so that means that Grant can hear you, Chatticus.
Perfect. If Grant can hear me, we're all set. So, what's next on your mind?
So what I'm wanting to know, Chatticus, you know I eat my 1 meal a day. Today I've got 500 grams of pork shoulder steaks, I've got 4 large eggs, and I've got 3 green peppers, but not bell peppers. They're like jalapenos, but they're a little bit sweeter. And I'm wanting to know how many calories are in there and how many grams of carbs. Not carbs. Well, yeah, let's have grams of carbs, but also grams of protein.
Got it. Calories, grams of protein, and grams of carbs. I'll break it down. Pork shoulder steak, eggs, and those mild green peppers. Let me give you a good estimate.
Brilliant. Well, tell us, how many do you think I've got in this whole plate?
All right, let's estimate. For 500 grams of pork shoulder, you might be looking at around 1,100 calories, roughly 120 grams of protein, and very little carb, like close to zero. 4 large eggs at about 280 calories, around 28 grams of protein, and just a few grams of carbs, maybe 2. For 3 of those milder peppers, minimal calories, maybe 40 total, and just a few grams of carbs. In all, we're talking around 1,400 calories, about 150 grams of protein, and a tiny bit of carbs. That's one hearty plate.
There you go.
There you have it, Joe. A solid breakdown, and you're all set to enjoy that meal. If anything else pops up, I'm right here.
Thank you, Chatticus. It's so polite, honestly. Lee, what are you saying to me? Lee is telling us he's good. Just working on a new PC I've just built, and it's a nice PC. Lee, you're supposed to be helping me set up my webcam and mic, so we'll have to connect afterwards. But are you going to put your new PC, you're going to put that together on a vlog or on a live? Let us know. Right, so Chatticus is there explaining to us. Hi Heather, how are you today? Where are you calling from? Calling from, honestly, I'm showing my age, aren't I? Where are you watching from? So Chatticus was there explaining to me that my 1 meal a day today is, how many did he say? Was it 1,400? 1,400 calories, 150 grams of protein, and a tiny bit of carbs. I think he said the eggs would be 2. Did he give me anything for the milder peppers? Okay, so less than 10 grams of carbs. This is all I'll be eating today. And I eat 1 meal a day. And doing this, together with a GLP-1, I've been doing this now for nearly a year. Nearly a year, which is another thing that I wanted to talk to you about today. And I've lost so far 119 pounds. Well, the whole point that I eat like this is for my health. And I'm definitely feeling that my health is improving. As I say, when I first started eating like this, I could barely move my fingers. My fingers were so swollen. They really were swollen, weren't they, Tracy? Oh, Heather says it's her birthday. Okay, we've got to sing a happy birthday to Heather. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Folks, could you throw up some confetti for Heather? It's Heather's birthday today. Heather, this is a nice spot to be. So celebrate your birthday in style with us. Look, Grant's sending you birthday messages. He's sending you music. He's singing away. Tracy Didi's been singing away for you, Heather. This is a nice spot. So we don't tend to have trolls over here. Why would we? We want to put good energy out there. Good energy is reciprocal, isn't it? So, as I was explaining, my fingers and my toes are a lot less swollen than what they used to be, because I used to suffer really bad with Raynaud's. I also suffer really bad with chronic inflammation that used to affect especially my lungs. It was, hey Vita, how you doing? So I see that Life Her Way LMM, that's Miss Vita, she's here. She says, hey love, hi love to you. Miss Vita, we've just been singing happy birthday to Heather. Yeah, oh my goodness, she is, isn't she? Grant's explaining that Candy K is having a GLP-1 panel tonight. Oh, it's at midnight my time. Okay, it might be late for me because I'm a 10 o'clock kind of girl. The channel's called Joe Sleep and Slim Down. You know, sleep is so important to me, Grant. So while I'm asleep, if I'm not asleep, then I will be watching for sure. And it's a panel. Are you going to be on panel today then, Grant? So, Heather, Miss Vita's just said happy birthday to you as well. Positano Trudy. Positano. Is it Positano? Am I saying your name right? Positano says hi. Hi, Positano. Where are you dialing in from today? Where are you watching from? And then, right, yes, so I know you're on Paul on Wheels tonight. Oh my goodness. Are you excited? Paul on Wheels is Paul Amadeus Lane, and he's got a running show that he does every Monday, D's GLP-1 Streets. So if you are on a GLP-1, or if you know someone who's on a GLP-1 for their weight loss journey and health transformation, definitely check out Candy K All Day, and then go over to Paul Amadeus Lane, because that is where Grant's going to be today. Grant was explaining just a moment ago that he's a type 2 diabetic. And Grant, remind us how much weight you've lost. And his A1Cs are now down to 4.8. So throw up some confetti for that. Gotta take some water. Positano's from Uganda. Hold on, I'm coughing. Positano is from Uganda. Right, I'm coughing. I might not be able to sing much today then. I'll get my inhaler. I'm trying to forget the name of the word. Positano. I'm Joe Sleep from Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. I'm also Auntie Joe, but Auntie Joe's bedtime stories. Am I saying your name correctly, Positano? You're from Uganda, and what time is it where you are today? Are you eating lunch? Or breakfast, or eating a meal? Oh my goodness, Grant has lost 76 pounds. We're celebrating. Grant, it's the power of love. Okay. I did say I wasn't going to sing, didn't I? You know, I forget myself. Honestly, I forget myself. Right, let me just take this mouthful. So, this isn't a mukbang or anything. I'm not even showing you. I mean, I'll do that, but I'm not putting HDR or anything like that on. This isn't a mukbang. This is just Joe's chatting with you, finding out what's going on with your week and what plans are. We know what Grant's up to today, certainly. So we know, and then we're going to catch up with Grant. What about the rest of you folks? How's your weekend been? That's one thing about protein. You have to chew it. Okay, so yesterday I saw my mum and Richard, and they took me shopping. They took me to the supermarket called Sainsbury's. That's in Britain. And I walked around holding onto a trolley, but I walked around for about 45 minutes, which is, I've not done that for ages. And obviously you stop because you stop it to put things in your trolley and things in your basket. And I was holding on to the trolley, as I was saying, but I was on my feet for 45, well, probably on my feet for about an hour in total. And touch wood, I'm not feeling bad, which is great, because guess what? Carnivore Muscle and I, we're meeting this week. Harderine, okay, so Harderine, D-Boss Way, she's a co-host of mine on the behind the scenes. But yesterday she was on with, I'm forgetting his name, is it Goda? On Sunday service, and was on for 2.5 hours telling all about her writing, her life story, her weight loss journey. It was so motivational. It really was. It was so lovely to see you. I kept coming in and out because it was on for 2.5 hours, and I was watching. Okay, folks, do you do this? Do you do this? You watch a show, but you watch it virtually as if you're in the room with other people. Because I live on my own, just me and Miss Mary. And we know Miss Mary is very talkative, but she can't talk to me about the show Gladiators. So I watch Gladiators with Austin. He's 13 years old. He's my best friend's son. And watch it with him, and we're chatting away all the way through. And so that's why I missed some of your show yesterday, Hardrine, because we was going to be watching Gladiators together. Okay, Miss Vida says she's had a very productive weekend. She did some essential running around. She had band rehearsal and a productive sorority meeting where I was voted in as president for the next year. Yahoo! Let's celebrate. Right, everyone throw out some confetti. Throw out some confetti. Miss Vita is president. She is president, and we're expecting great things from you this year. Right. Mel B is in the house. Mel B is in the house. It's lovely to see you, Mel B. Honestly, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. It's so good to see you, Mel B. Right, it's lunchtime here in the UK. And people wonder, they say, how do you manage on eating one meal a day? And how much food do you eat? So that's why I'm showing you how much food I eat. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk without my mouth being full. So give me a second. Wrong time to pick pork today. But yes, on this meal that I'm eating right now, Chatticus worked it out. 1,400 calories, 150 grams of protein, and less than 10 grams of carbs. Which is wonderful for me because I'm a carnivore. Let's have a look. What else? So everyone's saying hi to everybody. Everyone's saying happy birthday to Heather. So Mel B is asking how I am. I've just explained him that yesterday I was on my feet for over an hour because my mum took me to the supermarket and I walked all around the supermarket. Now, okay, of course I had Michael Caine. So Michael is, can you see him by the door? We can't see him now, but he's by the door. But then when I was at the supermarket, I was resting on the trolley. So what I was trying to do was either rest like this or rest forward and push. But when I stood, it's standing for me that's the problem. And we've worked it out. My problem is based here. This is specifically where I feel the pain. So I've got to work on building this part of my core. Is it the core? I've got to work on building, certainly strengthening this muscle. So even this part isn't as bad. But this probably explains as well why I'm so unbalanced. You know, because I've been suffering with my toes being inflamed as well. Then that's why I definitely needed the cane, because I was struggling to walk before, wasn't I? But now I can walk, but I'm still unbalanced. And I really struggle, certainly on that side. But then that side, when I'm thinking about it, hold on. This side in particular is where I've got the problem with my kidneys. Would that be about up here? Again, this is why we need Jonathan on, or Jonathan or my nephew, Des. Sorry, Miss Mary, sorry. Right, so are the kidneys about here? The right kidney for me is problematic. I feel the pain here. Tracy Dede, you might know. It's not necessarily on my joint. I don't think it's the joint, but certainly I do feel the pain right there. But I was walking for over an hour yesterday, and even better, I feel fine today. I'm doing the live with you folks while I eat my dinner, my 1 meal a day, because after that I've got lots of chores to do. Because Carnivore Muscle, we're meeting up on Thursday. So I've got to get my chores I need to get all my chores done, so that I can have a few days out of the house. I've got the pet carrier. Can you see I've got the pet carrier? In case Miss Mary is going to go to my mum's, just in case, because my mum lives about 6 miles away, but it means she's got to come into town, and driving through town is problematic. So Mel explains that she also does 1 meal a day. Mel looks incredible. Mel is so beautiful, inside and outside. But she's also a massive advocate for our health, the health part of our journeys and the health transformation. She's saying right now, I eat 1 meal a day, or OMAD, every other day and in the evening. She has black coffee, sparkling water, and in that you put apple cider vinegar and your electrolyte water throughout the day. She says her body loves it. Now, I'm definitely a massive component for apple cider vinegar as well in the water. Just a little bit, I put like 2 tablespoons full into something this size. Definitely need to be drinking lots of water throughout the day, especially if you're on a weight loss journey. Apparently the water has got something to do with the ability to break down the wasteful fats. I don't know. This is why we need the science guys on. So I'm really excited to meet Jonathan. It's going to be the first time we meet in person. We've been chatting, we've been getting together for like the last 3 months. And our relationship is blossoming. But we're going to be meeting each other for the first time in real life on Thursday. So we're travelling to Birmingham. He's coming up from Dorset and I'm travelling across. And then we're staying over in Birmingham. Uh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I need to know how to handle myself as well. Let's have a look. So Vita explains, what I do is I heat up the distilled water, just enough to melt the flakes, put it into the bottle, shake it up and spray in the areas where I'm aching. Right, I need to go back up further then. What is it she's talking about? Right, Miss Vita, what is it that you're putting into to the water? She's saying congrats. Okay, hold on. Happy birthday. Right. Miss Vita, what are you putting in the water? And is this for my back? Is this for my lower back? I'm going to try that then. But what is it that I need to put in there? One thing that I know about is rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is really good for the joints, especially if, hold on, let's have a look. I've got, right, as one of my moderators, they've got a message that's held for review. My joints used to suffer really bad because of the inflammation, and rosemary oil massaged into the joints, that helps, definitely helps soothe. In fact, I used to make my sister suffers with, she's got multiple sclerosis, which is an inflammatory disease of the nervous system, but she also has rheumatoid arthritis. And so I used to make her bath salts, and it would be an aromatherapy blend of bath salts. So I'd make sure that they'd be like the Himalayan bath salts, the pink Himalayan bath salts, together with good old-fashioned Epsom salts. And then I'd put in some essential oils. And in hers, because of the inflammation, I would always put in rosemary. Okay, so what are these flakes that you're putting into the warmed up distilled water, Vita? Come and tell us. You better do it till you star. Okay, so this, till you're satisfied, right? Okay, well, I'm hoping we're still on about the essential oils and not meeting Jonathan. Folks, you know I'm a good Christian girl. Well, it's really important that I've got to try and manage my my fibromyalgia this week. I really need to manage my fibromyalgia to make sure that I'm well enough to travel to Birmingham and meet Jonathan. Magnesium flakes, that's what we're getting to. Right, magnesium flakes and the heated distilled water. Right, I can do that. I'll do that one after the live. So after my live today, after I finished eating, I've got my chores to do. I'm going to try doing that with some magnesium flakes and some water. Spray it onto the affected area. I'm going to listen to Grant's live replay from last night, because Grant's got some really, really good advice, some news for us about his A1C levels. So I'll watch that. Yes, I made your mum some salts as well. And Tracy Dee, I used to make some, you know when she used to have Trigger the dog? She used to have a dog called Trigger, and he used to be really frightened during the fireworks season. So in the UK, we have this night called Guy Fawkes Night, or it's remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. And on that day, people will be setting off bonfire. They'll be putting on bonfires and they'll be setting off fireworks. But probably 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, you still get a load of teenagers that are just randomly setting off fireworks throughout the night. And so that used to really upset poor Trigger. That was May's dog. That's Tracy's mum. So I used to make May a room spray with aromatherapy oils in there. And in there I would make, so you've got to be careful with pets. Don't spray essential oils on a pet. Whatever kind of essential oil it is, don't spray it on a pet. Even if it's the catnip one, don't do it. Because you don't know whether it's toxic to them or not. And the last thing you want is to be rushing your pet to the vets because they've got a toxicity that's then impacting their own kidneys. But what we'd do is we'd spray it throughout the house, or, you know, like if you put it on a diffuser. And the one that I would make for trigger, it would have lavender, clary sage, chamomile, and I think it had frankincense. I think it might have had frankincense. What it didn't have, categorically did not have, was bergamot, neroli, or bitter orange. And the reason, and especially for cats hate orange. So I love the smell of orange, but Miss Mary hates it. So I never use a spray around her that is heavily scented with orange. My beautiful purple bellflower's in. Miss Mary, are you aware? We've got Mel B and purple bellflower in the chat today. She was asleep. I woke her up. Folks, do you remember last time you guys sent me some super chats? And I bought her some of the fleeces, some of the coats. This is one of the coats that I bought her. And this coat means that she doesn't have to wear the grooming colour. But more importantly, can you see how her fur is growing back? Her fur is going back thick and fast because her fur is now she's not over licking herself anymore. Okay, so even down to, I'm not going to lift her up again because I've just put it down. But all underneath her belly, whenever she used to get out of her grooming collars, you would see that she would lick all of this raw and all of the hair would have been removed and you just saw pink belly. She's now got fur back on her belly. So this is one of the things that I've bought. I've bought this one. Hold on. Hold on, let's have a look. I've got this one in buffalo plaid. This is a coat for her. This one is a fleecy, a fluffy, like a faux fur one. And then of course I've got 3 of these grooming collars. So Miss Mary is doing so well now because of those things. So thank you folks for sending those. I really have appreciated those. Everyone's saying hi to Mel B. Everyone's saying hi to Nicole. Let me go back up in the chat. Mel B says I'm looking pretty coy. Mel B, every time I mention carnivore muscle, I end up looking pretty coy. I'm so excited to meet him on Thursday. I really am. And give him a big hug. And both of us, as you know, both of us use canes. Both of us use canes because both of us have got problems with pain. So one of the things that I really want to do, and I've got to restrain. I've got to rein it in. I want to give him a big hug. If he's been travelling, he might be in so much pain that a big hug might just ruin any chance of a relationship. I'm not laughing at the pain. Honestly, I'm not laughing at the pain. I'm laughing at the fact that I need to rein in my sensibilities. So yes, I am looking very coy, but yeah, it's just so. I'm just loving life at the moment. I'm loving life. Let's have a look. Oh yes, Trigger he used to be really frightened at the bonfire, and the fireworks. I will explain to Jonathan about the magnesium flakes and the distilled water trick then, Vita, because as I say, he really suffers. He's got bolts. He had a spinal surgery that failed, but he's got these bolts as well, these titanium bolts in the base of his spine, and that might be where his chronic pain is coming from. So I will explain to him the opportunity to use the magnesium flakes as well. So Purple Bellflower says, God bless my bonny lass and Miss Mary. She got our voice note. Oh my goodness. Miss Mary, we love the voice notes. You know now, and I don't know whether it was a new thing or not, but for ages my YouTube was not showing these features that everybody else was having. Let me just take another bite of this meat. I'm getting through my dinner. I am getting through it. But now I've got the voice notes thing. Miss Mary loves the fact that we can respond to people's notes. So that's really good, isn't it, Miss Mary? So Purple Bellflower got it. And we were singing to you then, weren't we? We were singing, Purple rain, purple rain. She's not going to sing on command. Hi, Miss Mary. You're not going to sing on command. You're not going to sing for Mel B? No. Oh, is it because has nobody sent you cat treats? Is that why? Nobody sent Miss Mary cat treats. If anyone's out there, could they do a #cat so that you could send some cat treats to Miss Mary? Oh, my girl. Oh, maybe you have. Hold on. Maybe you have. Maybe it's the fact I can't see the notes properly. Right. So for anyone whose notes message I've missed, I'm so sorry. But now we've got cat. Right, here we go. She's suddenly animated now. Look. Okay. So this is it. We've had Harjorie send you some cat treats, Miss Mary. Grant has sent you some. Purple Bellflower sent you some. Yeah, look, come on, Miss Mary. Mel B, she sent you some. Do we get to sing now then because you've been getting some of these cat treats? Tracy Dee send you some. Tracy Dee, I need to get her thingy back. In fact, give me a second. Let me get the mat for what she eats on. Give me a second. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. There we go, baby. So this is what Tracy Dee bought Miss Mary for Christmas, wasn't it? Yes. And she likes eating off here because it's a sensory mat. So it helps her with her nerves as well. So maybe we'll get a little bit more out of her now that she's got some food. She's had some treats. She's feeling the love. Oh my goodness, have you heard the latest Auntie Jo's bedtime story? I wrote a bedtime story purely for Miss Mary the flower cat. And so if you've not heard that one already, please go and listen to it. Hold on a second, let me just see if she's there, if she's going to be singing now then, Miss Mary. You're going to sing now for us? We had that moment in the story where we were singing to Mel B, weren't we? We put that into the story. Yes, we did. Right, she's eating. She goes, look, Mum, I don't talk with my mouth full either. Okay, let me just take another bit of egg. Doses of Sharon who sent you some cat treats, Miss Mary. There you go. Are you not eating the pork? Okay, I put some pork down for her. Now, I know pork is not a great meat, but it's needs must. Oh my goodness, right, in Sainsbury's yesterday, they sell lamb livers for £3. So I bought £3 for, £3 is what, about, £3 about $4.50. So I bought some lamb livers, and then they had duck livers for £2. So duck livers £2, that'd be what, about $3. I'm a carnivore, remember? I've got to eat them. I've got to eat the protein. I've got to eat the meat. Brother Ezekiel's on. Hi, Brother Ezekiel. Okay, then, let me just say. Yeah, right. Tracy DD says it is a beautiful story. Miss Mary needed her own story. You know, she is clearly the star of Joe's Sleep and Slim Down journey, which she did want to be featured somewhere on Auntie Joe's bedtime stories too. This cat is adorable. She did indeed need her own story, Tracy. So, Brother Ezekiel says, hello, Sister Joe and Kitty. I'm going to sing for you, Brother Ezekiel. In fact, I think you're singing your song when I first started. And the Lord says, go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell those pharaohs to let my people go. We're singing that one earlier on for you, Brother Ezekiel. We've got Kim Luke, Queen is in the house. Hi everyone, hi chat, she says. Lovely to see you, Queen. Get high, get high, get high, get high. Let's take the protein to the sky. Low carb Queen, this is the last parts of my meal. I'm eating my 1 meal a day. 1,400 calories, 150 grams of protein, and less than 10 grams of carbs. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Brother Ezekiel, you are amazing. Thank you. So folks, I'm not going to keep you on long because I've got these chores to do, haven't I? Ready for meeting. I've got to make sure that everything's fine for when I go meet Jonathan on Thursday. So things like I've got to get my house in order. I've got to do my roots. I've got to do my roots for my because you know, folks, you guys know this is a hairpiece, but my hair is this colour, but my roots are black. They're not black. My hair's dark brown, but my natural hair is dark brown, and I dye it this colour, so that then I can wear my hair pieces, wear it up and all sorts. So I need to get those done. I need to do all the chores. I need to find out who's going to look after Miss Mary for me. Tracy DD, I'll be in touch. I need to work on my bingo wing. In fact, let me show you. I've got to do this one. Let me quickly take this bit of egg, and then I'll finish the rest of the pork in a bit after off camera. So, you guys know I've been doing the test just on my right arm. You know, like Perfectly Pamela did, which did it just on the one arm. Because for any product that says it's going to help you lose weight, tone your skin, do all of that, it doesn't mean bunkum. It doesn't mean a thing. And I made that word up. Butt kiss. Is that the word I'm trying to think of? It doesn't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. And it's swinging. No, it doesn't mean a thing if I'm on a weight loss journey. You know that I'm a carnivore, but you also know that I do GLP-1s. And me just saying I've lost weight, that doesn't mean that it was the machine that did it. So I'm just doing it on the one arm. I was also doing it on my chin. And look at the fact that the double chin. I mean, don't get me wrong. No, it's gone, hasn't it? My double chin is gone. My mum said that everyone has the double chin when they do that. Yeah. So when I just sing something normally, like this, it seems to have gone, hasn't it? Okay, so what I'll do is let me show you me doing the, hold on. Purple Bell, Miss Mary, Purple Bellflower's just sent us a super chat. Oh, it's a super sticker with, oh, I love it. It's a little fox with a heart. Oh, Purple Bellflower. Let me show Miss Mary. Look, do you see, look, that's from Purple Bellflower. And while I'm there, look, let me show you a belly, look. all the hair that's grown back on her belly. So thank you so much, Purple Bellflower. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Thank you. But one thing, look, what I'm going to do, look, I'm going to show you the radio frequency handle. And this is really important. You know, I suffer with my fibromyalgia. It's hard to hold these handles and do the work when I'm suffering a flare-up. So I'm supposed to be doing a 4-week review, but in fact it's probably only 3 weeks in, because I had a fibromyalgia flare-up a week or so ago, and it meant that it was difficult for me to do the mechanism. But I'm going to show you, I'm not going to show you the machine because that means moving all the what's names around. Laura's on. Hi Laura. Sandy's on. The evening breeze, embrace the trees tenderly. She says hi, beautiful Joe. Grant says no double chin for sure. That's what I mean. And I wish, you know what, on my Instagram, this, or on the video that I did for Miss Mary's bedtime story that I did, and that went out last night. There's an image in there that I took a week before, because I actually recorded that a week just before I got my fibromyalgia flare-up. So that was a week before it's probably about 10 days before now. And the difference in my chin is astronomical. So let me show you the radio frequency handle for this product that I've got. I'm doing the review to see if it works. You guys know I don't get any commission. I refuse to take any commission for any of these products, because I'm not interested in just making money by selling a product. I'm only going to be recommending a product to you guys if I think it's worth it, not because I'm going to get paid for it. And also I like to make sure that instead of me getting a commission, you guys get a discount, so you get a better discount. So at the moment I'm just applying the ultrasound gel, and you do this because this machine uses ultrasonic waves, and this handle in particular is radio frequency. So let me set it up. I'm going to do this one because it also means, now I've got a lot of things to do, haven't I, before Thursday. Well, this will be the way that I do, just a short to show me using it. So I'll tie this one in for a short. So let me set the time. I'm going to do it for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to do it on energy form with this radio frequency handle. So you just move it along, and I'm going to be just doing this now whilst I'm chatting with you about other stuff. But it's just a way for me to get this done. You know, I'm trying to do the multitasking. I've got Jonathan to meet on Thursday. So I'm hoping that Friday I will do a video to show the results. When I first took the results 4 weeks ago, I first took the measurements. The left arm was 40 centimetres wide. Now the circumference, 40 centimetres. The right arm was 42.5 centimetres. So I've said it all along that my right arm was always that little bit baggier than my left. So I'm hoping that both arms have seen a reduction, because I've been trying to lose weight for 4 weeks. But what I'm really wanting to do is see a reduction between the difference of the right and left arm, because I'm only going to be using this on the right arm to show if it works. So I'll be releasing a video probably the end of this week or the beginning of next week with the measurements. So watch out for that. Right, so that's my bit there. I've done that. That's now my video. That's going to be my short. That's going to be a video that I release tomorrow or something like that. Okay, so I'm doing this, and I do just back and forth, and then I'll go like that. Okay, the other thing that's really interesting to note about this actually is I thought I'm going to use it on my stomach. Now, in the, what are these? The instruction guidance, it says do not use it on the abdomen. But I've been seeing lots of videos from Mounjaro themselves of people using it on their abdomen. And it's supposed to take lots of, it's supposed to make a difference on your measurements around your waist. So I thought, I asked Chatticus, obviously. And remember, I've already spoken to my doctors and they confirmed that I could use the ultrasound and the radio frequency, but definitely don't put it anywhere near your chest. Definitely don't put it anywhere near your chest, don't put it on the back of your chest, and don't put it on your face. That's specifically the cavitation thing, because the way that works by disrupting it. It sort of like does that. The sound waves do that. And by disrupting the cells, that is supposed to help break them down. But if you're doing that on your chest, that could in fact impact your heart. So don't do it. And if you're doing that machine, the cavitation handle, you know I'm going to always provide sound effects. It's just who I am. If you're doing that with the cavitation machine on your face, well, what are your eyes made of? That's a big cell that could be disrupted, that could be ruptured. So don't put the cavitation handle, that's this handle here. Don't put that anywhere near your face, don't put that anywhere near your chest or the back of the chest. Serious, folks. However, I've been seeing all of these videos from Mounjaro themselves, not just influencers, but Mounjaro themselves, showing people using it on the stomach area. And you guys know I've got a lot of skin still, I've got a lot of fat still on my stomach. So as you say, and you know that I've lost 19 pounds. I'll show you, I don't mind showing you, folks. Right? Jonathan tells me that my skin condition's not too bad. Remember, he's a composition coach. So he says, yeah, your skin's not too bad. It's your skin's in good shape. But I've clearly got a lot of weight still here. Can you see what I mean? Look, I could slap it and it jiggles. So what I did one day was I was there using the machine, doing the cavitation on here. I was doing the suction on here. And then I did the radio frequency as well on here. And it felt good. But also I wanted to protect my, because I've got a, is it going to be called a fupa? I've got a fupa, is that what they call it, a fupa? I've got probably a fupa, so I thought, oh, let me get on that. But you know what I did? And this is the reason why I'm telling you, because it's a cautionary tale. I lifted up my fupa and was doing it on the fat, but then I did it underneath. Well, what's there, ladies? It's our female organs, isn't it? You know, like our womb and our uterus and things. And literally later that day, it was probably 8 days before my Aunt Flo was due. She came early, and I was in a lot of pain from it. So you do not mess with the cavitation machine, especially the cavitation handle. The whole purpose of it is it's supposed to rupture the cells that are underneath the skin of where you're applying the handle. And if you're rubbing it over your uterus, you have risk of doing all sorts of damage down there. So definitely do not do that. If I'm honest, I'm not dared to do it on my stomach again. I'm saying I'm not dared to do it on my stomach again. It depends. If this actually works, I mean, we could see it's worked on my chin. We could see it's worked on my chin. But if it works on my arms, then I might tackle my stomach again, but I have to make sure that I'm being really careful and only applying it on the actual fat, not anywhere where it's getting close to organs and whatnot. Okay, so let's see what's going off in the chat. Sandy's saying there's definitely a big difference under your chin. Wow. Thank you, Sandy. And as I say, that was with the radio frequency. So the radio frequency tool, you use the ultrasound gel. You could buy this from my trade, but you could buy it from anywhere. You could get it from Amazon for pennies. Well, I say pennies, but you know what I mean, only a couple of pounds. You have to use the gel because this helps it with, is it conductive? I don't know. Again, where's the science, guys? Where's Darrell when I need him? Darrell, of course, is my nephew. Okay, so I've done that way before, haven't I? Anfield Road, Lee, I see you sending cat treats to Miss Mary. Right, hold on. Low Carb Queen, she's explaining what fupa is. Fat under the PCAT area. I never knew that. Right, I'm a good Christian girl. I'm a good Christian girl. I'll just go. Fupa, oh my goodness. Right, I will use that word wisely then. Kim, thanks for letting us know. Honestly, some of the things that you learn, eh? People tell me that my channel is not educational. I just learned something there. Oh dear. Okay, so as I say, this is all I do, and you know, like you could go to the med spa. I mean, I'm trying to get Tracy Doo to come over so that I can do this for her, because I imagine it feels so much better when somebody else is doing it for you. So, as you say, at the moment I haven't got a fibromyalgia flare up, but if I had, this would be difficult to be holding like this and doing it back and forth, and then you're supposed to do that as well. But I'm just going to see at the end of this week if there's a difference in the measurements. I need to see if it's less, if I've brought the right arm so that it's less than 2.5 difference from the left arm. That's the thing that I'm looking at, not whether it's just lost weight, because remember, I've lost weight this week. And speaking of, let me stop that on now. I had, where did I put it? Where did I put it? I had something I was going to wipe this off with. Right, I'll just use this. So keep your handles clean. I'm just going to wipe the gel off now, and then I'll get the wet wipes to it later. So keep that clean, and especially if other people are using it as well. As you say, it's something that's, it's a nice treatment, but what you don't want to be doing is allowing for cross infections, you know, by letting gels get old and mix with body, you know what, I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. Yes, low carb queen, for purely for educational purposes. This is why I was explaining the fupa. But yeah, if it works, I'm gonna let you know. We're gonna know in real time. So that's why I do these things. I say I don't take commission for any products that I've recommended, and I don't take payment for having them in my videos. You know, if I'll only do a video of something that I would want to use. That makes sense, doesn't it? I would only do a video about something I would want to use. And I'm not just doing a video because I'm getting paid for it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing for anyone else. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm saying that's just the way I do it, because in that way I can be very truthful with you about whether it works or not. You know, yes, they've sent me the machine, so that's very generous of them. But if it was a machine I didn't want, I would have said, no, that's okay, that's fine. But you know, I have got these baggy wings, and I've had these baggy wings before we even started losing the weight. Okay, let me just get this bit of information out as well. This is also for a short, because remember, I'm going to be seeing Jonathan on Thursday, so I need to get some stuff together that I can put out later in the week. Okay, so this week I've lost weight, and I've been stepping on the scales because obviously I was wanting to make sure that I record my progress, because I use Newman, and their app, they send you a reminder, enter your latest weight. So on Friday I weighed myself and I was down to 105.6. 105.6. Before my fibromyalgia flare up, 10 days before now, it must be about 10 days before, I was 111. So, which is interesting because I normally put weight on, because I put water weight on with the fibromyalgia flare up. So I think my flare up had ended probably this time last week, wasn't it? So then a week later I did the measurements and I was 105.6. That's a massive drop. And I always measure it in kilos. So 105.6 is, I think it's 232 pounds. Remember, I started my weight at 351 pounds. So my plan is, I'm going to try and get to 95 kilos. You've seen my belly already. I've shown you my belly. We know the girls. I want to keep the girls. My girls mean that I stay juicy. But one thing I don't like, and some of you may be aware of this, it's not that I don't like it, but I just like, it'd be great if it could go. You know, the fact that you get like under here, and the fact that you get around your back, you know, near your bra line, you know, that makes you have back rolls. Back rolls, is that what, I'm trying to think of, Melissa, oh, what's her name? Anissa Edwards. Back rolls? I'm thinking back rolls. I do not want my back rolls anymore. And I'll show them. I don't mind showing them to you. Because people say how slender I am. I'm not really. It's because my girls are so big that makes me look slender. But my back rolls, I've got a crop top on, so I know that I'm not revealing anything that I shouldn't. But I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anymore. And it'd be great if I could get rid of some of the extra weight that I've got here and on my arms. So I'm thinking if I can lose about another 40 pounds, that might help take me down to there. But here's the really weird thing. And folks, will you tell me if this is something that you've experienced as well? You know that dress that I wore for my interview last Thursday? That's a size 18. A UK 18 is the same as a US 16. And all my clothes that I've got are between a size 18 and a size 20. That's what I was before I put £140 on. Well, I've still got £40 to lose, but I'm in those clothes already. And I know that, right, Melby, I know that we do the strength training and the resistance training because we're wanting to make sure that we're keeping our muscle. Like Doses of Charlotte, I know you do this. You're a big advocate for going to the gym and making sure that you're staying strong. So I am doing that as well. But we can clearly see that there's still weight to be moved in those areas that I showed. But what I don't want to happen is I don't want to lose 40 more pounds and then have to buy a whole load more clothes. Because money is too tight to mention. I've gone from a size 32 down to a size 18. I'm throwing all the clothes out. Well, I'm not throwing them out. They're going off to the charity shops, the thrift stores. Take them to the Salvation Army and the British Heart Foundation shops. So that's me just paying it forward. So it's not like I'm going to sell them, but they're going to be put to greater use for people who might need them. But I've got some fabulous clothes that are size 18 and a size 20. And if I lose 40 more pounds, do I risk not being able to fit back into those clothes? That's a real important thing here that I wanted to ask you guys before I finish for the day. Let's have a look at what we can see. More people have joined the chat. So we can see Candy K or Daisy. Candy K, we've just been chatting about your GLP-1 panel. Later today, it's at midnight my time in the UK. So I might not be able to actually watch in real time, but if I'm not, I will definitely catch up on the replay. So Candy K's here. So Miss T is here. Travelling T, she's here. It's lovely to see you, Travelling T. And lovely. I'm sure I left you a voicemail the other day. Don't get rid of the clothes; they can be altered. So so that's one of the big things, Travelling T. The clothes that, like my jumpsuits, you know, the jumpsuits that I really wanted to slim down into, and then I slimmed into them. Well, now they're too big for me. I really want to alter those because at least two of those jumpsuits were really expensive. And I just love them. I just love them. So I'm going to alter those. There's a couple of other clothes that I want to alter and bring down. You just made a really good point though. For all those clothes that are size 18 and 20, I could do the alterations as well, can't I? So that would be, if I got down to a size 16, a UK 16. I definitely do not want to be anything smaller than a UK 16 because I want to still keep juicy. You know the phrase that Coach Mean uses? I want juicy. I want my body to be like an hourglass, but strong. It's a strong, juicy body. That's how I look best. But I was an athlete for my first 18 years of life. I was a sprinter. And I look like my dad as well, and the image of my dad. And even though some of my lady lumps grew, I had a very strong athletic body. And because I look like my dad, that's why I always thought I was a handsome woman. Never saw pretty at all. Never saw any sort of femininity in my look because of my build. It was a strong build. And you've all seen my legs. You've all seen my bandy legs. There's nothing feminine about my bandy legs. So that's why I want to make sure that my lady lumps, my girls, I want to make sure that they stay. But I'm still thinking I'm aiming for about a 40-pound weight loss just to get rid of some of these things that can happen here, on my stomach, around my arms, obviously, and on the tops of my thigh. Ronnie's here. I love to see you, Ronnie. Right, for those of you who don't know, Ronnie has been following me right from the very start. Ronnie is from Austria. She's got a gorgeous daughter, Mariam. She's got a mum, I forget her mum's name. And she's got the most beautiful pussycat. Yes, she has. Remind me what your pussycat's name is, Ronnie. Yes, I was showing Miss Mary the other day, wasn't I? He's a very handsome boy. He is a very handsome boy, Miss Mary. Okay, she's going to go there. Okay, so I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I'm glad that Ronnie's here. Mama's name is Hetty. Hetty, what a beautiful name. I always remember Hetty Lamar. Can you remember Hetty Lamar? She was a stunner. So Ronnie's mum is Hetty and her cat is called Cookie. So honestly, so lovely to see you, Ronnie. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Have I missed anybody else? Candy K says we might as well collaborate and grow with real stories and real talk about GLP-1s. Absolutely. And as Candy says, there is nothing to be ashamed about taking medication. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. And the more that we talk about GLP-1s, we talk about the health transformation, we talk about resistance training and strength training, we talk about protein first. Have you seen my little short that I did earlier talking about the significance of getting dietary fat into your diet every day, because that will protect your gallbladder? It's important that we talk and share these stories and share these insights, because other people are taking the GLP-1s. People are using this now because the GLP-1s, whether it's semaglutide, whether it's tirzepatide, whether it's retatrutide or Folgipron, all of these ones that are coming out, They're having so many benefits for things like metabolic disorders, like sleep apnea, for fatty liver disease. But are you okay, baby? This cat, honestly. Are you okay, baby? Oh, she's got a foot caught in a fleece. Let me get that sorted for you, baby. Look, there you go. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, but as I was saying, Miss Mary, can you sit there? Look, is your foot still? You all right? Good. We'll give you some cat treats because Lee had sent you some cat treats earlier. Yes. Well, hold on. You need to put your foot into the. Honestly, it's like trying to clothe a toddler. Okay, I put her in these because then it means that she doesn't have to have the grooming collars on all the time. Okay, so you can have some of these. These are from Lee. Lee sent you those. Lee Anfield Road. Because you never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Sorry, just breaking into song. That's Lee's song. He's from Anfield Road's Layout in the Loft. So yes, for folks, please make sure that you've liked the live. That wasn't what I was trying to say. Please make sure that if you've got a channel, if you're talking to people about your journey, you talk as an advocate. You know, yes, there are some side effects of a GLP-1, but we already know some of the great ways that you can offset a side effect. Eating a little bit of dietary fat. It doesn't have to be cheese. It doesn't have to be eggs. Just some way of getting a little bit of dietary fat into your body each day will help you save yourself from gallstones and having that gallbladder removed. So that's what Candy K is talking about. We share these things, but also share them in real life, because you don't have to be the vocal advocate, but don't necessarily be the vocal advocate. But if you know somebody who really would benefit from taking something that would help them see the transformation that we've all seen in our own health. So I'm talking, I know, like low carb queen. I mean, Kim, you were looking incredible, but you suffer with your diabetes too, your type 2 diabetes. The same with Grant. There's many of us who've got pre-diabetes, and many of us with fatty liver disease. I've got the fatty liver disease. In fact, I'll try. Right, hold on. This is going to be a short. Okay, let me do that again. Let me do it again. There's many of us who suffer from metabolic diseases that a GLP-1 can actually help. I have fatty liver disease, and I've been told that I've got dyslipidemia, which means that every now and again I have spikes of cholesterol. Okay, there could be many reasons for that, but they put me on a statin, and statins, in fact, exacerbate my fibromyalgia flare-ups, and they're not very good for the heart. My heart, not everybody else's. So because I'm now on a GLP-1 and I only eat my carnivore meals, I don't take my statins anymore. I don't take them. These are all the statins that I just don't take. My doctors still prescribe them because they still say you've got dyslipidemia and we need to still prescribe you something. But I explained last week in my blood tests were the best results I've had in years. And so I'm not saying to you guys, I'm not saying don't take your statins. I'm saying that helping you with your transformation, your health transformation, whether it's you're on a weight loss journey, whether you're taking a GLP-1 as prescribed by your doctors, speak with your doctors and let them see the results, and maybe they'll take you off your statins, maybe they'll take you off your hypertensive meds. So there's lots of things that these GLP-1s can help you with. So definitely work with your doctors and your health providers, your healthcare team, and let's enjoy the journey. Let's celebrate the journey, and let's be vocal about the wonderful things that this journey is doing for us, and not the fact that every now and again we get stuck on the loo for a couple of days with constipation. But I don't remember the last time I had that. Right, Benjamin's there. Ben, how are you? I I'm good, thanks. How's your day? Ben, I'm having a wonderful day. It's Monday in here in the UK. It's a little bit grey, but I've almost finished my one meal a day. 1400 calories, 150 grams of fat. I've just done my thing to see if I can start seeing a difference with how baggy my bingo wing is. You know, look, swing when you're winning. And I'm going to leave you folks now. I'm going to leave you folks because I've got lots of things to do. And so have you. Right, remember folks to check out Grant. He's going to be on Paul Amadis Lane in the D's GLP-1 streets tonight. Check out Kendi K all day. She's got a GLP-1 panel later today. For those of you who are content creators, just do hashtag sleep for me, just so that we can share your channel links. I will see you all soon. It's lovely to see you all. I love spending this time with you. Purple Bellflower, thank you so much for the super chat. Honestly, it's so... And oh my goodness, I've got some news. I finally got my YouTube AdSense thing set up, which means that all the money that you guys have been sending me as super chats and whatnot since October of last year, hopefully I'll get paid them at the end of this month. Yay! However, with that said, because I'm hoping that means that I'm going to get paid for YouTube at last, but that means that there's not going to be money just sitting in my YouTube kitty. And I'm so sure that is why my channel's doing so well at the moment, because I'm thinking if I've got money in the kitty, then they keep pushing out my videos. So we'll see if it makes a difference. But yes, I'm going to get that money at some point soon, which might mean that I'll be able to go and see Jonathan down in Dorset. That'll be the thing that I use the money for. Yay! Right, for those of you in the UK, Dorset is by the sea. It's a beautiful part of the country. Remember, in Nottingham, I'm landlocked. So down in Dorset, it means I get to be by the sea. I get to be by the sea with Jonathan. That'll be amazing, won't it? Candy cases, Joe is rich. Richie rich. We've got to see if the money gets paid out first. But yeah, so right, honestly, Purple Bellflower, I'm saying thank you, and I'm saying it by all means very authentically and more sincerely this time, because now it's almost certain that I'll get the money at last. But thank you so much. Right, folks, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you have a fantastic week. You might see some videos come out from me this week, and at least 2 of the shorts are going to be from this video, from this live. So thank you very much for helping me do that video today. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful week. Until then, sleep well, slim down, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for letting me be myself again. Yes, Miss